Alright, to solve this quadratic equation, we're going to use the quadratic formula. And to use the quadratic formula, we have to first get 0 on one side of the equation. In other words, in order to utilize the quadratic formula, the equation has to first be written in this format. So we need to get 0 on one side. So I'm going to take the 6x and move it to the left side, which changes the sign of that term when I move it to the other side of the equation. Now that I have the equation in standard form, I can identify a, b, and c. So a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, it's -6, and c is the number without the variable. And now we're going to take these three numbers and plug them into the quadratic formula. And the quadratic formula is -b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. So I'm going to take these numbers and plug them into that quadratic formula. So we have x equals -b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, and then we're going to divide the entire thing by 2 times a. Now we start simplifying this. So we have +6 plus minus the square root of -6 squared, that's 36, minus 4 times 45 is 180 times the 1, so that's 180. And 2 times 45, that's 90 on the bottom. On the next step, all I'm going to do is take 36 and minus 180. So I have x equals 6 plus minus the square root of 36 minus 180 is -144. And the -144, that's called the discriminant. And whenever it's negative, that means we're going to have i's in the answer. The square root of -144, that's 12i over 90. And at this point, we kind of have the answer. We just need to simplify it. It's often the case that they want the answers in the form that they often ask us to write the answers in the form a plus bi. So since they went in the form a plus bi, I am now going to split the 6 and the 12i and divide them individually by 90. So doing so gives me 6 over 90 plus or minus 12 over 90i. So all I did is I split the quotient, that way I have it in that a plus bi form. And now I'm going to just reduce. 6 and 90 share a common factor. Let's see, 6 goes into 90 15 times. So 6 goes into 6 once and goes into 90 15 times. And again, the 6 goes into the 12 twice and into the 90 15 times. And we're done. And in my math lab, you should be able to type in the answer with the plus and minus. You could just type in this one expression. Or if we wanted to, we could enter in my math lab the answers individually. 1/15 minus 2 over 15i and 1 over 15 plus 2 over 15i. It's probably a little easier just to use the plus and minus button though.